Hi everybody and welcome to my channel, Wild Music. I'm Bryden. This reaction is to Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach performing their song, Toledo. So I'll start by telling you a little bit about each of them. Elvis Costello was born Declan McManus in 1954 and he was born in Paddington, London. In 2019 he was awarded an OBE as well. He's a singer-songwriter who's won Grammys in both 1999 and 2020. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2003 and his debut album was My Aim Is True, which he released in 1977. So he's had a long and distinguished career and is still going. His lyrics are quite unique and they include a wide range of vocabulary and also frequent wordplay. His music covers a diverse variety of genres as well. He's even released a new album in 2020 called Hey Clockface. Burt Bacharach, again, such a long and distinguished career and he's still going even though he's in his 90s. Brilliant. So he was born in 1928 in Kansas City, Missouri. He's a singer-songwriter and producer and musician. He's a 6-time Grammy winner and has had an extensive collaboration with the lyricist Hal David. He's also had collaborations with numerous other stars. His music has quite creative chord sequences which are often jazz influenced. In 2015, Rolling Stone listed him as one of the top 100 songwriters of all time. A bit about the song. So Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello composed and wrote this song together. So it was released on Elvis Costello's album Painted from Memory. Sorry, both of their joint release, Burt Bacharach, Elvis Costello, Painted from Memory. And this was released in 1998. It featured Burt Bacharach on piano and vocals and Elvis Costello on vocals. Also Steve Neve on piano as well, Jim Keltner on drums, Greg Cohen on bass, Dean Parks on guitar, Jerry Hay on flugelhorn and Gary Grant on flugelhorn, as well as the vocal group, the trio, Donna and Lisa Taylor, as well as Sue Ann Carwell. And there were many, many other musicians in the orchestra as well. Fantastic. So this performance was one they gave in 1998 at the Sessions at West 54th. And this is part of Sony Music Studios. So let's hear it.
All through the night you telephone, I saw the light blinking red beside the cradle. But you don't know how far I've gone. Now I must live with the lie that I made. But if I travel very well. And does anybody in Ohio dream of that Spanish citadel? But it's no use saying that I love you, and now that girl really didn't mean a thing to me. For if anyone should look into your eyes. It's not forgiveness that they're gonna see. You hear her voice. How could you do that? You hear her voice. How could you do that? So I walked outside in the bright sunshine, and lovers pass by, smiling and joking. But they don't know the fool I was. Why should they care what was lost, what was broken? But if I call, I know that you're bound to guess it. You'll hear my voice, and I won't need to confess it. But do people living in Toledo know that their name hasn't traveled very well? And does anybody in Ohio dream of that Spanish citadel? But it's no use saying that I love you, and how that girl really didn't mean a thing to me. For if anyone should look into your eyes, it's not forgiveness that they're gonna see. But we still have Florence, Alabama. We don't have Paris, and we don't have Rome, or New York, or even Amsterdam. None of those lonely towns will be my home.
Well, that was absolutely magnificent. Oh, what a fabulous song. And also what a brilliant performance once again from the legendary Burt Bacharach and the legendary Elvis Costello as well. What a team. Two amazing musicians, and what an amazing sound to go with it. That was a real treat. I absolutely loved that. And I've always liked Burt Bacharach's music. And I've really loved Elvis Costello's style and sound. He's so unique. And this was no exception, and again, such a reward to listen to. So I'd like to go back to the start of it and talk it through. So we start with the introduction, and then Elvis's vocals come in with his distinctive timbre, and he's got such interesting character in his voice. And he starts in pretty much in his mid-range, and has a small amount of his distinctive abrasiveness, which I love, and is distinctly his. Then with the second phrase, he goes up a bit higher and has that beautiful resonance in his, getting into his higher register as well. Plus, he has his beautiful vibrato. That's a lot of things just packed into the start. So let's hear it.
All through the night you saw the light blinking red beside the cradle.
And that's the number of items I just explained. It's just in that short section. So brilliant. Let's go again.
All through the night you telephoned. I saw the light blinking red beside the cradle. But you don't know how far I've gone. Now I must live with the lie that I made. But if I call, I know I won't have to say it.
Just pause it there. I'll go back and play that section again. He has such emotion and expression in his style, and it just comes out all the way through the song. And supported by this is his dynamic variation, which is exceptionally nice too. You know, he's got a bit of loud and a bit of soft. It colours it. Colours the music. Of course, Burt Bacharach there with his amazing playing and conducting there. His arrangement as well, and both of their song, and it's just put together so beautifully well as well as the great performances from each of them and the rest of the musicians, of course.
The cradle, but you don't know how far I've gone. Now I must live with the lie that I made. But if I call, I know I won't have to say it. You'll hear my voice. Something is bound to betray. But do people living in Toledo know that their name doesn't travel very well?
Okay, his vibrato here again is brilliant. He goes a bit lower in his range here as well. Then it goes up higher again. But he's got quite a big range to go with it as well. And again, his low register has such a deep, dark resonance, which is great as well. You also can notice his stretching of the time, particularly through the chorus. So it adds to that nice expressive quality that he has. Go back a touch. Here.
But do people living in Toledo know that their name doesn't travel very well? And does anybody in Ohio dream of that Spanish citadel? But it's no use saying that I love you, and now that girl really didn't mean a thing to me. For if anyone should look into your eyes, it's not forgiveness that they're gonna see. You hear her voice, how could you do that?
Yes, and this section too, just you can tell how great his phrasing is. He's got such great expression. Just go back a touch.
Forgiveness that they're gonna see. You hear her voice, how could you do that? You hear her voice, how could you do that? outside in the bright sunshine, and lovers pass by, smiling and joking.
So here again, you can really hear his brilliant phrasing. It's so good. And the song is going to start to build a bit next. And let's go from there. Go back a touch.
So I walked outside in the bright sunshine, and lovers pass by, smiling and joking. But they don't know the fool I was. Why should they care what was lost, what was broken? But if I call, I know that you're bound to guess it.
Yeah, so this is where it's starting to build. And you can still really hear his occasionally abrasive sound, which is so distinctive and so brilliant. I love it. That's his sound. That's what makes him so unique. Everyone's unique. Everyone's got a point of uniqueness. This is one of his many points of uniqueness that are absolutely brilliant and make his style so great.
I was. Why should they care what was lost, what was broken? But if I call, I know that you're bound to guess it. You'll hear my voice, and I won't need to confess it. But do people living in Toledo know that their name hasn't traveled very well? And does anybody in Ohio dream of that Spanish citadel? But it's no use saying that I love you, and how that girl really didn't mean a thing to me. For if anyone should look into your eyes, it's not forgiveness that they're gonna see. But we still have Florence, Alabama.
Yes, I'll come back and start this final section again in a moment. So there's such beautiful backing vocalists there as well. The three ladies have such great voices. And Elvis's vibrato is, again, so well controlled and so nice to listen to as well. I really love it. So his great storytelling of this song, the meaning of the song, it's about Toledo, the place. And he really tells this story. So the sentiments of the lyrics he projects extremely well, as does Burt Bacharach in his musical way. Go back a touch.
It's not forgiveness that they're gonna see, but we still have Florence, Alabama. We don't have Paris and we don't have Rome, or New York, or even Amsterdam. None of those lonely towns will be my home.
Yes, and he just tapers the vocals off so nicely at the end there. It fits the song so well, and together the partnership of Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello with this song, and this whole concert was actually based on the album that they both collaborated on and co-composed everything on. Brilliant. I look forward to doing more reactions to other songs from this concert too, with these two masterful artists. Oh, that was fabulous. I hope you enjoyed it. please feel free to leave a comment. I now have an Instagram page, Wild Music Australia. So please feel free to follow that as well. Wild Music Australia, Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description. So it's my first journey into Instagram. TikTok's next. Anyway, have a great day. Bye for now.